Good morning, Gogglefrogs.
Morning.
How are you? Hopefully you've had an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I hope that you are all nice, sitting and relaxed with your cup of something. Sorry, it's not in the Gogglefrogs mug.
Mine's not either.
And I hope that you've got your knitting as well. So at some point mine will be a cardigan, but I do need to get something a little bit easier, don't I, for Gogglefrog. So I'm Angela, and this is my wonderful friend and co-host Marion. Just to let you know that Robert, yeah, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us today. And she's so good. She helps out all the time. And just to let you know that Robert, it's his first day back in High Wycombe. So he's back in his role there. So Robert isn't with us today, but he will be here for Gin and Giggles with Gogglefrogs on Wednesday night at 7:30. So I keep saying 7:30, so I eventually get to know that that's the time. So just to let you know, we're back on our normal system today. So there's a chat box on the right hand side. If this is your first time with us, please let us know where you're watching from. Hello to everyone on replay, and hello to everyone on YouTube. You won't be able to see the chat box, so we'll read it out as we go through, so that you know what everybody's been chatting about. And you can see us, but we cannot see you. So don't worry. Yeah, I've put my makeup on today, but you don't have to do anything. You can just sit back and relax in your PJs or in the all together. Who cares? This is Gogglefrogs. So have a wonderful morning. So just before we were going live, Marion was asking me what Saturday was like. And Saturday, when we went, so we did a quick video. It wasn't quick, was it? We went live on Facebook yesterday and showed you what we'd purchased. But we might even, I'm going to show you something again, because this morning I've wandered out into the garage and had a look through my stash for something that I remembered I bought years ago, and I thought, could I use it for one of the patterns I've used? And I think I can. So I'll show you that in a little while as well. And something else I said on Saturday was there was this beautiful, beautiful shawl done in somebody's wool, and I couldn't remember. I've actually found that pattern, so I'll show you the pattern. It's available to buy on Ravelry. It will be one that I will definitely buy, so that's lovely. So that's today. Oh, and we've got a Facebook group, Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter. So if you're not already a member, have a look, and we will be sharing posts or work and lots of inspiration from there. So thank you ever so much.
You were going to say when you said, I just went into the garage. This is after you've come home with some purchases. I thought you were going to say, and I found exactly the same thing that I'd bought a number of years ago.
No, do you know what? It doesn't matter how many times I go out into the garage to have a look at my stash. Let's face it, I've bought it all, so I know it all. Like, there's little stories. I can remember where I've bought just about every ball of wool. But it always never ceases to amaze me that every time I go out there, I always think, oh, I didn't know I had that. I've just found some beautiful Ella Ray baby alpaca.
Ella Ray's lovely.
That I never knew I'd bought. And I thought, where on earth did I buy that? And I thought, I think it must have been in a sale somewhere. And there are some,
it's books. I went out.
Is it?
Yeah, I went out to the garage where all my knitting and crochet books are. And I was looking for a crochet book, and yeah, right. And went along. Oh, I've got two of those. And I thought I'd weeded out the doubles already, but I've got two.
Oh, it's so strange, because I wanted to go out and get some books because I need to refer to different bits for something else I'm doing. So I went and got those, and I thought, oh, and I also wanted to get this yarn as well to see if A, I had enough, and B, if it would work, and I think it's going to work, so I'll show you what I'm going to use it for in a little while. But yeah, it's just amazing that no matter how many times you look at your stash, you always find these random balls of wool, and you think, where did I buy that? What is the story? Because everything I buy, you know, every ball of wool, every hank of yarn that we buy, it talks to us, doesn't it? We walk into a store with about 3 million different balls of wool in there, and there is a certain colour, a certain blend, a certain something that just says, buy me, buy me, buy me.
I'm fortunate. A lot of mine, am I echoing?
No?
Oh, right. I seem to have some feedback. Has got labels on from which country I bought from. The only ones that don't are the Estonian and the Latvian.
Ah.
Which is why I sometimes muddle them up.
Oh, that's fabulous. So anyway, let's say some good mornings. So absolutely lovely to see you. And it was so weird yesterday when we went live on Facebook that we couldn't actually say hello to people because we didn't know who was watching, because we can only tell if you're commenting, not who's watching, I think. So but it was lovely. So we're going to do more of those, just so that we mix things up a bit. We're going to do some on Facebook, some on this, so that everybody gets a chance. Because I think that sometimes on Facebook, if you're out and about, put it this way, if you're waiting for a bus and you had 20 minutes to wait, then you might watch 20 minutes of as if we was doing a Facebook Live. So that's what we thought. It's just to cheer people up wherever you are. So anyway, good morning, Sarah. Lovely to see you today. You probably finished about 20 different things since we last Gogglefrogs. Hello, Marion. Lovely to see you, and I hope you're well. And hello, Linda. How are you doing? Hopefully you're all right. And good morning, Judy. Lovely to see you today. Morning, Janice. How are you?
Janice has made a lovely comment already. She wonders when the rain will start today.
It's just started.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's just started now where I am.
Not here, not here. Yeah.
But I'm a mile and a half from you, I think, Marion. So and there's a few fields in between. I don't know why it's different, but yeah, it's quite heavy rain. So good morning, Georgie. Lovely to see you. Good morning, Brigitte. Lovely to see you. Good morning, Amber. Hello, New York. How are you doing? And yeah, lovely to see you all. Yeah, it's fabulous. I've just done one load of washing. I was just going to put it on the line, and I thought I haven't got enough time before Gogglefrogs. So thankfully I didn't, because I would now be running outside and pulling it back in. So yeah. So
well, shall I tell you something? Over the weekend, we had rain at the front of the house and none at the back.
Wow.
I've seen it before, rain on one side of the road and not on the other side.
I've never noticed it. I'm sure I've seen it as well, but I've just never noticed it.
Yeah.
But that is really, really weird. So just to go through some comments, Sarah says, good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Georgie says, morning. Brigade says, morning, peeps. 237. Yes, 237 on this one. I don't think we're including space, but who knows. Amber says, good morning, everyone. Judy says, hello, all. Linda says, morning, everyone. Janice, we've just mentioned the rain. It's here. Oh, there's a lovely song about Here Comes the Rain, isn't there? But I'm talking about the Cult one. So by the Cult. Yeah. Yeah, that's just popped into my mind as my sort of
about rain as well, isn't there?
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
There's Singing in the Rain, and there was one The Move did, I think. Somebody will put me right.
Here Comes the Rain again, wearing different clothes again.
Something like that,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So, but I was thinking about the Cotton Festival. But yeah, there are a few. And Janice says, yes, the rain's just started. Sarah says she's finished a couple of balls of yarn. 4, I think, but no projects this week. Oh, that's lovely. And Brigitta's Flowers in the Rain. So
That's
lots of
the
different
one.
rain things.
It was the first one ever played on Radio 1.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's the only silly fact I can remember. Better explain to Amber. In the UK, we've got radio programs. These are BBC, and there's BBC radios 1, 2, 3, 4. And Radio 1 came about in the late 1960s when the BBC tried to get rid, well, did manage to finally get rid of all the pirate radio stations who were playing pop music because the BBC didn't. That's about it. I think somebody will put me right, no doubt. But that's fine.
Well, that's fab.
Well, my blanket is coming along. What I have found is the green in the grey is so soft that you can hardly see it. I don't even know if you can see it on well, yes, you can just see it.
You can.
Yeah. But in the light downstairs, even with my overhead light on, I can't tell where the green starts and the grey finishes, and vice versa.
Wow. Right, okay. Well, with that, shall we listen to some music and see what Robert has chosen us? Wouldn't it be weird, because neither of us know what the music is? If this has got a reference to rain, this is really weird, but I'm sure it hasn't.
I must tell you something else about Robert later.
Okay. So,
well, his name got mentioned in the conversation.
Oh, right. Okay, lovely. So we will go on mute. And here's this morning's musical interlude. Sit back, enjoy, and who knows what's been picked for today. In I don't know how long. I don't know about anyone else. We don't normally sit down and listen to that music. It's always in the background or on a film, or we just hear it. And so, or maybe you do play that all the time. I don't know, but it was rather a little ditty, wasn't it? It was fab.
Richard and I learnt to cha-cha-cha to that one because the beat's so precise.
Fabulous.
Cha-cha. See, I can't sing. That's it. That's the limit.
No, of course you can.
Brigitte says, good heavens, this takes me back to being 16 or 17 when her class had ballroom dance lessons with a class from the boys' grammar school.
Oh.
And Sarah says, hopefully no rain references in this one. Would rather put a dampener on the tea for 2. Yes, it would. As long as it's Rington's tea and a plate of Rington's biscuits, we'll be all right.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just.
Now, I was going to mention Robert, wasn't I? I was talking to granddaughter yesterday and how her exams and that was going. She's got an A in child development or child media or something. And I said to her, just the person we want. She's going to have to go over to High Wycombe and help Robert because he's now head of the children's department. And quick as a flash, she said, I don't drive yet, Nanny. I can't get there to help him.
Oh, that's
he's on his own, as far as she's concerned.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So Robert in the children's department. That is going to be, we're all going to have to go over there, you know, and see him in action.
We will do. I mean, he'll be brilliant at it. We were actually talking about this on Saturday, and I said because they've said they need somebody to be able to go and efficiently manage it. And I said that the difference is like, as people come in with buggies and stuff like that, he's not going to say, oh, what a gorgeous, you know. So I'm sure it will be run really well. And the other thing I said was I just can never understand why there's all these big queues just as they go back to school, and he said it's because of growth spurts, which I'd never even thought of as well, which is why people leave it until the end.
That's
Which,
the fact.
of course, you'll know.
They leave
I
it to
don't.
the last. They always. Everybody always leaves it to the last end because you think, oh my God, they're back to school next week, and and they need new shoes, and they're always caught on the hop, and it's always on a Saturday because lots of parents still work.
Yeah.
So your best bet is during the week, and then of course they have time slots of 15 minutes or so, and you're always going to get somebody's little darling who won't sit still, won't try the shoes on, will throw a paddy because they don't like the shoes mum and dad have chosen for them.
Yeah.
Or the colour or something.
Yeah. And I said the reason why I probably didn't get that either was that I don't think you had a uniform that you just replaced as you grew, because when you're in a school for 5 years, we had in year 3 we were allowed to not wear a tie, and then in year 4 and 5 we were allowed to wear certain coloured clothes, but we came out of uniform, so it was a little bit different, I think, in our school. But yeah, I always remember that I didn't, I was my height and I had this size shoe at the age of 11 anyway. So for me, I didn't have any more growth spurts after 11. So.
I can remember taking my daughter to Clark's, and her being the sullen teenager, she won't thank me for telling you this, and she didn't want a pair of sensible shoes. But there was a lady sat almost next to us, and she had worn those really pointy shoes when she was little, and her feet were all like that.
Yeah.
Where her toes had been compressed. And I said to her, do you want feet like that? And she went, no. I said, well, you wear shoes like that, then you wear proper fitting shoes. I didn't have a problem with her after that. I think unless you can show them the result of not wearing proper shoes, then and that's when you're in trouble. Now then, let's hear more about this lovely luscious yarn and the yarn show you went to on Saturday.
Definitely. I'm just going to finish this because me being me, I've got to a point where it's knit 2, then you knit 3, yarn O, SSK, slip 2 stitches in knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3. So I just want to get to the end of that. So
well, looking at the picture the other day online, I thought you were doing some short row shapings on it, to be perfectly honest. And it doesn't seem that long ago that if anybody said to me short row shapings, I would have gone, what are you talking about? But today I just think, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah,
we just learn a new skill, don't we? The one thing I do though is I have, you know how there is sometimes a little bit of a nuance between English written, American written, like European written. I do always double check what they mean. So when I say like SSK, I always look at the abbreviations just to make sure it's the same as my understanding, because sometimes I have been caught out. And I never know which stitches I've been caught out by, so I just double check. So here's my
right. We both have an echo, so I'm going to leave and come back in.
Okay.
Amber's saying that we both have an echo, so I'll go and rejoin and see if that helps, Amber.
So we will see, but I was going to show you. We'll just wait until Marion comes back, see if there's still an echo, and then if there is, I'll rejoin as well. So and I'm going to be showing you this lovely pattern.
Do I have an echo now? Sarah's saying I don't have one. Well, she doesn't have an echo.
Do we sound okay? If we do, hopefully we're okay. No, Amber, do you want to try and refresh at your side and just see if it's that it happens from time to time? So Yeah, hopefully that will work out. So this that I spoke about on Sunday, but I will talk about it again because I just think Yarn Tellier stuff is lovely. I have used Yarn Tellier yarn. It is incredible. It is so soft and luxurious. But once you knit it, it's so fine, but it is so warm. Honestly, the warmest hat I have ever had was the beret that I did in the Yarn Tellier. So that's the
that's
shawl.
rather like the back of that Louisa Harding poncho jumper
It
thing
is.
that I
It's
totally
Louisa
throw.
Harding's because she no longer earns anything from Louisa Harding because
Who took it on?
nobody. It's the it's the company that she worked with owned her name.
That's right.
And so anyway, Yarn Tellier is her company. So we did say that on Saturday she gave us a little mini training on how she attaches the beads, which was
She's got beads on that one, has she?
yeah, there's all beads on it, and she showed us how
Wow.
she does her beads, which was just amazing.
So is that border knitted in, or is it done separately and added
It's
later?
all knitted in. It's a
I like
16, 16 pattern repeat. I won't show you inside because we can't, because this is you know, but we did those, and I did show you the where are they? These are her beads as well. So both me and Robert bought a couple of packs of the beads.
I usually stick with Debbie Abraham's beads.
No, I bought them off her because do you know what? Her beads have such an amazing glisten to them. And we do actually know who they're from, but we got them from her. And just on her, this that she had was in like a dark red, a dark plummy red. It was just out of this world. And these clear beads, you could see them from meters. They were just beautiful, and they're clear. So we got those. And it was so kind of her to do that. And can I just say, I am going to buy the Yarn Tellier and do this again. But I thought, have I got anything in the stash to do this at the moment? And I bought this, myself and Robert. We had a day trip to, there's a shop called Yak down in
Brighton.
Thank you, in Brighton.
It's you come out the railway station and you turn left and you walk down the lanes, then you turn right and you turn left again, and it's on a corner.
It's beautiful, lovely shop. So I got this from there. You know me, I don't knit with lace. I just don't. And I bought this because of the colour. I thought it was lovely, and I thought I'll never do anything with that. But this is from Uruguay. So, and it's the ideal climate apparently for this breed, Malabrigo lace baby merino. So so that's, I've got 250 grams of this, and I thought, do you know what, I am going to use this up. I'm going to do that first of all, and then I'm going to get the and then I will buy the Yarn Tellier. I absolutely will. It's beautiful.
Yak stands for yarn and knit, and we went there after we'd been on a cruise, needless to say, and visited Cherbourg, where I couldn't buy any French yarn, and Yak had actually got French yarn made and spun and dyed in France. And they're really nice in there. She sat Richard down and gave him a cup of tea and took him yarn to feel. I can't begin to tell you how much money I spent in that shop.
You can't go into Yak without spending an absolute fortune. It is beautiful stuff. You really, but this is what's lovely about going to a yarn shop and having some great things. And so let me go on to this other bit that I bought.
And she's really nice in there as well. She's a
Lovely.
lovely
Yeah.
lady in there. And young. And by young, I mean on about 30.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Really good.
Really nice. Knows her onions as well.
Yeah. So this is another one, Marion. I know Marion hasn't been able to see this from Sunday, so apologies if you've seen it before, but I think I bought this, which is called Vintage 20. And this is, so it's called Vintage because this was created in 2020. The latest vintage of yarn is currently being produced, ready for 21. So that'll be Vintage 21. They only do 4 colours, and the sheep who grew your wool live on 3 different farms. The blue-faced Leicester fibre in this blend was grown in Exeter. The Shetland was grown in Devon and Carmarthenshire. The fibre was worsted spun by the Natural Fibre Company in Cornwall, then dyed in Yorkshire. The yarn was labelled by the Wool Decanted team in the Island Woolery on the River Thames. So this is 100% British. And when I say this is soft, this is really soft. It's pure wool.
Don't show that to Jackie.
Jackie saw it. She was here on Sunday. She was here yesterday. So right, okay. So Brigitte has just asked, how come the writing on the skein is the right way around? When we use Demio, it's a system that we pay for. It's a really good system, so it auto reverses everything around. Yesterday we used Facebook Live, which is a great system. However, they aren't geared up to be able, they haven't made it so their cameras automatically swivel these around. So
what's
that's the
company
difference.
Name on that one?
They're called Wool Decanted. And the next, so this one's called Midnight Lagoon. They're in 50-gram skeins, really, really affordable. And on the back it says, look, important tasting notes. Which is because when somebody buys wine, they want to know the grape, they want to know which region, which vineyard it's come from. And she said, we just feel that wool should be the same. So I really, really, really want to say, I think they're going to come on to one of our Wednesday nights. So they're going to come on and we can see, a bit more about the history of them. But I think it's just lovely, the fact that somebody's saying, do you know what, wool is so precious and we should champion British wool. So they've only been going a year. Really, really good. And this is so soft. So I just got 2 colours. And this is the other Vintage 20. This is the natural. And there was one with a little bit of brown in it that they blend with it. And then there's the natural. I got the pure natural. And me being me, I picked up a 4-ply and a DK, but it doesn't matter. They're both beautiful. But they do these 2. They do a yellow and a red. That's it. So I'm sure there'll be more colours coming out. The vintage that's currently being done is Polworth and something else. Polworth and something else blend. So that's that. Yeah, really, really good, but one to watch, and I really hope they do well. Robert bought some beautiful American wool, which was great. And you didn't hear Marion, but I met the lady from Catnits.
Oh,
so I took this book with me because this is the Catnits cardigan that I'm doing. And as I was walking around, and sorry, I know some of you have heard this from yesterday, said, oh, that's the cardigan I'm doing. Oh, that's the thing. And it was the lady who's created it all. And when I said to her, oh, wow, I'm doing this, but I've changed the wool. I'm not steeking it. I'm not doing it in the round. I'm doing. And she said, if you get stuck, just get in touch. I'll help you.
how lovely.
What an amazing lady. So another shout out to Marina Gilligan, who did this, and this is the one I'm doing, which is that one, but I'm doing it in navy blue and jade because I bought that yarn in Bakewell with my parents, so a very special time. So I'm doing that. It will look totally different, but that's why we knit, isn't it? So we can make things our own.
Looks lovely.
Yeah, so it's yeah, so what else did we do? Oh, and I got these, and we've got half each, little black cats. Can you see those stitch markers? So if you, those are by Marna Gilligan again, although just to let you know, I think that's the company name. Is it? I don't know, but I think it is anyway. So yeah, that's perfect. That was such a lovely day. So I really got excited over the 100% British wool, and just the fact that they're using the everything that people know about wine, like where's it from, what farm, rather than vineyard. Yeah, it's just lovely to see that there are people there committed to trying to do something about the British wool industry, which will be great. So that's great. And Sarah says that stitch marker is so round and cute. It is. They had smaller ones, they had slimmer ones, but there were just 4 on a thing. So I thought, oh, me and Robert can have 2 each because we've both got a black cat. So that's a really cute one. They had lots of different ones. She has the most amazing stuff. And I bought myself, is it here? Yeah, it is. Like, this is a little pin badge that is actually the cardigan I'm making. Honestly, the lady has thought of everything. You're on mute, Marion. It's katinbeg.com.
See,
katinbeg.com. I'm not too sure.
well, I came across another company over the weekend, got recommended, called River Knits.
Oh.
They're another local company. They have yarn called Neen, Nene, which is, of course, the River Neen. And I can't for the life of me remember where the River Neen is. But they have got...
As you go up the A1, part way up there, because that's where River Ford delivery comes from.
Well, and it's up there. And I'm waiting for that delivery to see what that brings. Yes, I did.
Wow.
And we're waiting.
I did say that I had what was it? I did say that I had another pattern that I'd seen at the show. If I don't get the chance to show you today, I'll show you on Wednesday, but we'll try. So shall we have a look at Facebook?
I think that's a good idea.
Because I think we've got some really exciting things in there. So let me... Right, okay, so this is from Sarah, working on her vintage...
Oh, there it is.
In a lovely linen yarn, her friend de-stashed to me. One side completed and one side is not far off being done. That is incredible, Sarah. Unbelievable. That is just beautiful, isn't it?
Is that a vintage pattern, Sarah?
Yeah, it is her vintage vest pattern in linen. That is just going to be so amazing.
Good morning, Safi.
Morning, Safi. How are you? So that is absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I haven't been able to comment yet, but you can see how beautiful that is.
Be interesting to see that on.
Yeah, it's just stunning. And when you think, everybody used to wear a vest, didn't they? And they've really gone out of fashion, but we should. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So anyway, well done you, Jackie. Sorry, I didn't realise. Sorry, Jackie. Hope it goes as well as it can, and we will hopefully see you on Wednesday evening. So sorry about that, and you've already said that you couldn't make it, but don't worry, you're never late for Gogglefrogs, because there's always a replay somewhere if you want. Georgie posted these. These were lovely. Free pattern for daisy chain garland. They're done in 4-ply and a selection of pinks, but that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? You could hang those around windows. You could use them on bags, and you could actually use them around items of clothing, but they're lovely.
Sarah's saying that the patterns from a book called Home Knitting looks like 30s or 40s maybe. Might even be a bit earlier, Sarah, 20s, and she might make the matching knickers. If you're a member of the Knitting and Crochet Guild, they've got some patterns going back there in their membership, available to members.
Oh wow!
Yes, but the patterns from back then assume that you know what they're talking about. They aren't always clear.
A whole pattern that big in a magazine, you just think, wow. So whereas now you can easily have an 8-page pattern, can't we, for the simplest thing.
Yeah, because they put pictures in at every step, and you don't need it.
No, you don't. You
don't need it.
Oh, so these are beautiful. Thank you so much. It was Georgie, wasn't it? So thank you, Georgie. If ever anyone wants a daisy or an equivalent of a Membrianthum, is that right? You could use them for those.
Yeah, Membrianthum.
Yeah, exactly. No one can pronounce that word, can they? Well, some can, but I can't. So that's lovely. There's the replay of the show from yesterday. I think we had quite a lot of comments as well, which is great. Marion, Safi said that this is her second fave of what you've done. Hang on a minute, let's have a look.
No,
here.
I promised Deborah that I'd pick some pictures of easy shawls because she was thinking of doing one. So I went through my stash of patterns and put some pictures of them up. I'm waiting to hear from her as to whether any of them are what she's looking for, and if so, to let me know so I can send that to her. I won't photocopy.
What I love about that one there is the shape it gives from the back. It's just lovely. That easy cozy. I really like that one. You know I love Knit Night. That one looks really exciting as well.
I think we've done it.
Have we?
I think so.
Oh, and again, that one's nice, and I don't know why, but I recognise the person on that. So I don't know if I've got some other patterns where she's the model, but that's lovely. I like that. Like that. That's really interesting. That one. That looks lovely. Oh, I love the way how that drapes over as well. Simple shawl, but not so too simple, is it? They're all beautiful. I've never done that one yet. Yeah, but some beautiful ones. Thank you for that, Marion. It's always interesting to see what's in somebody else's pattern assortment, isn't it? And I think Safi said that was her favourite. I just really liked how it looked from the back. This is
I had thought of doing rhubarb, using rhubarb and custard for it, but I thought
that one.
Yeah, that one, but I decided against it because the pattern has more changes, knitting and purling, than I wanted really for rhubarb and custard.
Oh, it was lovely. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it already, this is the cowl that Robert bought the wool to. So it's American wool. He's managed to get the pattern now as well, which is great. Yeah, but it's lovely. He tried it on, and it's actually all sewn at the back, so it's like that a V shape. So you just put it over your head and wear it like that all day. There's no wrapping around. It's lovely. So really, really good. Perfect. And yes, that yarn was rather expensive, but it was beautiful, so who cares? And can I say, Safi, thank you so much. We were talking about Rauwerk, is it? Which was amazing. I bought 2 of their patterns. I will buy their wool. They had 100% linen that felt really quite structured, but on this batwing type jumper that she had on. It was so incredibly soft. It felt like silk. And also a cardigan, and the designer doesn't have any seams and there's no sewing up whatsoever. So it was more like a jacket cardigan and this beautiful batwing top. So I've got those, and Safi said that she was in a magazine. Christine from there was in this knitting magazine. Not only she's there, but Erica Knight as well. So again, really like Erica Knight as well. So that was fab. So I've got to go and try and get that. This is your drink from last week.
Yeah,
I'm still interested in your thing. Now, this was really quite different. I don't know where you found this from, but
another site I'm on. The lady who designed it is a costume designer, and she worked on Star Wars, and this is the first ever design that she's done. It's short row shaping and all sorts, and it's a scarf that's done lengthwise rather than knitting upwards. So yeah, interesting, very interesting.
Absolutely stunning.
And so that's why I thought it was worthwhile sharing. So unusual.
That
And
really shows it off, doesn't it? The detail. Yeah. But with a Sue, I just think it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing that would really get me back in a suit, but that's probably the closest thing to getting me back into a suit.
To be able to wear something like that with it, yes.
Yeah, but it is beautiful. So thank you for posting that, Marion. Incredible. Yeah. And this is the shawl that you're doing with rhubarb and custard. Oops, daisy. That's lovely. Beautiful. And who's that by?
You can't see the design very well, but
Nummerlin too. Hi, Diolanda. No, but we'll be able to see it when it's done. You know, Marion, it shouldn't take any time at all to finish things.
Well, I've got 3 things on the go at the moment, so it might do.
Oh right, okay. Mine's hardly moved, to be honest. It's on 3mm needles. It's really alien for me. So and then this was something from Fran. So that was things women in literature have died from. Knitting needles too heavy, which was quite amusing. Parents too happy. So I'll leave you to have a little bit of a chuckle over that. This was fun. About a mistake. Oh, once you've seen it, you'll see it all the time. It brings a whole new meaning to the letter J.
Now, you see, I thought, if you scroll back down a bit, that there was a mistake on the S on the second curve going down.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
on the straight bit. You know, you got the S,
Yeah.
you've got the bar
Yeah.
across and straight down. I don't think that's as straight as it should be when you look at the T. It seems to be at
Yeah.
an angle, which is why
Yeah.
when I said I think there's 2 mistakes, everybody's going, no, I can't see it. And
Yeah.
and
They
that
just
made
need
me,
to come over one. Yeah.
that's
But actually, they're
when
not
I sort of
mistakes,
thought,
are they?
mm,
It will make it more unique and more beautiful. And yeah, the J is the opposite way round. But hey ho, it's still gorgeous. So oh dear. And then Deborah, I don't know if Deborah has managed to find her a project for that yet. Who
well,
knows?
that's why I put the pictures on for her.
Yeah. So let us know. But there was lots of ideas. And sometimes, do you know what? You're going to start something and then you're going to frog it because you think, no, I need more pattern or I need less pattern. So let us know. Dawn had set up her camphor kit as well. So well done. And I did have to go and check what camphor was again. So we can't wait to see the progress on that. Here's all of those for you. So have a look. We put that on yesterday, just say that we're going to go through Unravel. Now, this is really quite interesting from Rebecca, saying, see you making lots of shawls. Where do you wear them? Instead of a cardigan, is it out for the evening? She says some amazing ones, but like she's never worn one. And it made me think, do you know what? Sometimes I'll wear a cardigan and I wear a shawl as well. Or a lot of my shawls tend to be narrower shawls, and I wear them more as a scarf, but they're not actually a scarf, they're more of a long shawl. But yeah, do you wear yours a lot?
Not me. I've got to admit, no, I don't. I just love knitting them. Same as I like knitting socks.
So there's some of the answers. Some of us, I mean, I've got quite a few, but I wear one because I really like that one. Yeah,
Plus
and even though I've got, sorry?
Plus the fact that if I was to buy 5, it would nearly have to be 5 skeins of a really lovely, lovely yarn. And as you know, a nice skein is about £20, 20, £25. And then to knit yourself a jumper in it, that becomes £100, £125. And you sort of go deep intake of breath, but you can knit yourself a rather beautiful shawl, which you can go and stroke and every so often bring out and wear.
Yeah. So I think that is a lot of it, trying to get something, and it's actually quite hard to create an item of clothing that you can wear. They take so long. We will often make them too big or too small, so that's always a bit of a challenge. And I think, you know, a cardigan does take a long time. There's very few items of clothing that I've actually finished and been happy with, whereas a shawl, a scarf, it's once you've done it, they sort of offset, they make it look beautiful, don't you, whatever you have on. And I wear a lot of plain colors, so for me I really like shawls, scarves, etc., and they are a lot more cheaper and quicker. So,
I must admit though, when we went to Norway, went up to see the Northern Lights, I did wear them a lot then.
did you?
I did, yeah, every day it was a different one, very nearly.
Oh, fab.
And it got commented on.
Well, they do, because there's so many different, and they look different with different colours, don't they? So if you wear something with dark colours and then you put light colours on, it will pick up different shades or colours in whatever you have. So I just love them. I really do.
Yeah, and you could go out on deck just having a shawl on, even with the snow. which was rather interesting. What's this, Trisha? I didn't see this one.
Did you not? Because I was trying
No.
to go through. Baby hand knits by Botany.
Botany wool. I remember botany wool.
Do you?
Just.
That says 50 cents.
But you used to be able to get them here in the UK.
Wow. So that's one. Did you know you can specify baby patterns when purchasing a mystery magazine? I don't know. Mystery magazine through that link, so I don't know. Maybe this is recycling old magazines. So take a look. And then this from Helen, view from her window. They're very close to, well, they were very close to Land's End. Let's have a look. Oh, this was a free pattern from Dawn on Friday, a lark's foot blanket. So do take a look at that. I'm not too sure if it's still free, but it was using Stylecraft, that. So that's a lovely bit of, oh, hang on a minute. Free pattern Friday knitting. Really like this one. It's Caron. I love Caron. Let's have a quick look at this one, because I haven't seen it. So, oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that one. Yes. Perfect.
Now that hasn't come up. We can't see what you've pulled up.
Can you not?
No. Well, I can't.
Ah, right. Yes. Sorry. I will ignore. So it's on Wool Warehouse, and it's because I'm only sharing Facebook with you. And Dawn says it's £33 for 7 balls to knit this in the large size. So I absolutely love Caron Simply Soft. It's one of my favourite wools, my go-to yarns that I use. The stitch definition is like nothing else you've ever seen, and it's got a beautiful sheen. I absolutely love that, and I've made things for my niece that have been in the washing machine and the tumble dryer every single week, and years on they're still beautiful. So I cannot like rate that high enough, that Caron. So do take a look.
On chat.
Oh yes, please.
Right. Sarah's going back to what I said about the Knitting and Crochet Guild archive, and she says archive.org have some very old patterns, Victorian ones from the 1800s. So have the guild, Sarah. Sarah goes on to say, oh, there's a free pattern called the Dragon Wing Shawl, which is all garter stitch, a few increases and some dropped stitches. I must write that down. Dragon Wing Shawl, yes, right, written down. Safia says, the easy goes, it is lovely. And yes, the cowl really suits Robert. Can't wait to see his finished. And she makes a comment about that I was right about the blanket. Sarah goes on to say that she made a giant double knit triangular shawl, and she wears it as a super cozy scarf most days. Nice to have a stash of shawls by the back door if you have friends to visit the garden for a barbecue or socially distanced cup of tea. It's very true. Hadn't thought of that one. I must admit my aunt's got a couple. I knitted a couple for her, and she loves them when she goes down to the lounge with meets up with all the ladies. And my mother's got a couple, but that's another story.
Oh, lovely.
She managed to rip one.
I'm just conscious of time.
Yeah, I do not know. Yes, 3 minutes to go. So let's
Dawn has
carry on.
shared this one, free pattern Friday cross stitch. So if you like, didn't realise that there were free patterns there as well. I think we may have seen this, but if not, it needs showing again. It was Sistern in Leicestershire, made by the Knitting Banksy. Really, really cute. So have a look at that, and let me just double check. We'd seen that from Sue. Absolutely amazing. And that's the rhubarb and custard. So I think we've actually seen everything there. So sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Amber says, thank you for a wonderful start to the week. Our pleasure, Amber, as always.
You,
Amber. What have I got? Well, I've cast on 1,203 stitches of 1,503 that I need to cast. I'm going to do a flippy edge shawl. But I'm not going to do a knit two together. I'm going to slip one, knit two together when I've done the requisite 20 rows. But I think I'm going to set myself a challenge when I finish casting on to knit a row a day for the first 20 rows, because it's going to take forever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the flippy edge shawls, if you're not aware of them, very, very popular. And you know what? They are so effective, aren't they? They're beautiful. So we'll talk about flippy edge shawls and point you to that again, because I know everybody loves them. So I've managed to knit that much. That not even a row.
Well, I've done a whole pattern block that is 6 rows, but I've discovered that I've got one of those little irritating hang nails that's down your nail, you know, that keeps catching my yarn. So I've got to sort that out in a minute. So yes, I agree with Brigitte. Have a good rest tomorrow. See you Wednesday evening. I'm going to do a bit of gardening. That is, put some plants in. That's the limit of my gardening. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I'm going to put some star-shaped phlox in. It came from Jersey. So, yes.
They sound nice.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they're going to be okay. They're going to go in and we'll take Ollie out for his daily walk. And then do the dreaded housework. Put the vacuum
I'll
cleaner
be on my, as they call it, my broomstick. So hurtling up to Leeds and back tomorrow. So I'll be on the motorway for most of the day. But it does mean that I have lovely fish and chips on the way home. So I will be doing that. So
before that, though, I am going to look at wool decanted and vintage 20 and Catenberg, because unfortunately this is up here,
which will be new. And I just thought, you know what, I have no idea what I'm going to create with that, but I'll just create something. They've made some lovely little gloves. So who knows, I might just make a pair of
that goes back
gloves.
to what I was saying though. What, you know, you buy a beautiful skein of yarn, what are you going to make with it? A shawl? Otherwise it's 5 skeins, isn't it? To make a jumper or a cardigan. And would my husband appreciate something like that knitted? Nah. We would. And you wouldn't knit it up for a child because you need to be able to put it in the washing machine.
Oh, well, it's that. Let me have a look. What did it say? Hand wash. Yeah, hand wash on these.
Yeah. Which busy mum's going to hand wash?
Exactly. But just another thing on there, on the bottom, it says,
you need to hold it still.
Oh, sorry. You probably can't see it. Hello there. Make something to treasure. I think it's just the well, that's what it says. Hello there, make something to treasure. So
it's 11:05.
It is. Anyway, now that we've sorted out no replay, I'll get that sorted. See you later. Thank you so much, Marion. See you on Wednesday.
Thank you. See you on Wednesday. Bye.